And a lovely evening to you. We are so delighted to come into your homes again. Yes, this is Love at Home on Hope Channel Ghana, and here we talk about issues bothering the family. We are talking about parenting. We are looking at how we can resolve issues, how we can really work on our love life, how we can bring people closer to ourselves, how we can show love to others, and many other more things that we look at on Love at Home. Yes, you are welcome, and it is Tuesday, and on Tuesdays we are so happy because we get the opportunity to see you, and for you also to see us, so that we can share, learn, unlearn, relearn new habits that can help us as we prepare our families for Christ's soon return. And so I want to officially welcome you to Love at Home on Hope Channel Ghana. I am Afia Sewa Mansa. Yes, and we are grateful. You know, it is time. You can join us on Facebook, on YouTube, and on our social media handles on WhatsApp 0559680066. Thank you so much. Today we are looking at conflict resolution without hurting. Conflict resolution without hurting. Sometimes you may have issues. How do you address it for the other party to understand you? Is silence always saying, I am okay, I am satisfied? Or it can actually mean something else. How and when can we communicate to make sure that our grievances are heard and are being worked on? This and many more we'll be discussing today on Love at Home. So please join us. Call in every member of the family that it is time must so. Let's sit to discuss this all-important topic that is bothering us in our homes. On my far left, I have a very beautiful young woman. I don't know if I should call her young. Yes, but she's beautiful. Unfortunately, she's in black and she's mourning. Councillor Perfect, good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you are taking good care of yourself in the midst of this issue where you lost your mother.
I'm doing my best.
God is with you.
Amen.
He will never leave you nor forsake you.
Amen. Thank you.
You'll be fine.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. How is your family?
They are well. His grace is sufficient for us. They are well.
Amen to that.
Yeah, Eldodro and Jude, Jael and Jordan.
Wow.
Well.
JJ.
Yeah. Jesus.
J Cube.
Yeah.
So, Eldodro, thank you so much, and may God be with you and the family.
Amen.
I have on my immediate left Pastor Dr. Yi Kwei. Sofo, Memoajo.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get you.
I tried to start.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice. I love to hear you speaking that.
Yes.
I hope your day has been good.
My day has been good. God has been gracious, and we are alive.
How are you and your family?
The family is doing well.
Yes.
My greetings to my wife and my 2 children.
Oh.
I have many children, but I'm just talking about the biological ones.
Yes.
Ojekle and Wachaba.
Wow.
Their names are super. Ojekle is great from ancient times. Wachaba is our solution.
Okay. Which language is that?
This is Dangbe.
Dangbe?
Okay. Yes.
That is so loving.
I created the names myself.
See you. We come and see you and learn more from you. And to you out there, you're officially welcome to Love at Home. On today's topic, conflict resolution without hurting. We want to learn how we can resolve issues without hurting each other, where our grievances or our problems will be heard and being addressed to. So join me on this discussion. I want to start with you, Councillor Perfect. What actually is conflict?
When you asked this, my mind went back to UCC.
Okay.
Yeah, we did conflict resolution as part of level 100 courses.
See.
Yeah.
Then give it to us.
Yeah. So from that time, the definition was by Professor Ali Manzouri.
Okay.
It's the concomitance of human interaction.
Please wait.
You see?
Say it again.
I can relate. You see, those days we're doing the chew and pour, so it can install them.
Yes.
Like conflict, according to Professor Ali Manzouri, is the concomitance of human interaction.
Please,
but
break it down.
It is the disagreement.
Okay.
Between people.
All right.
So when there's a disagreement, you have different opinion. I also have different opinion, and we don't handle it well. Conflict arises.
Okay.
So conflict is natural.
All right.
It's something that is part of us. Wherever there are people, there's bound to be disagreement. There's bound to be conflict, because you realize that God created us in a unique way. We all can't think alike. So it gets to a time your A will not be A for me. I will like B. It gets to a time that it's 6, but from my point of view, it's 9. You are seeing it as 6. But it's up to us, the resolution comes, it's up to us to sit down and judge and realize that you can't always be right. I can't always be right. Let me try to see things from your point of view. Then we get to understand ourselves. So conflict is part of us. And if you handle it well, it makes our relationship more better. You get to understand people. Because if something happens, if I disagree with you and I keep quiet on it, and I'm the passive one, okay. It gets to a time that my emotions, I can't take it anymore. It erupts and it becomes something bigger. So realize that a lot of conflicts we have in our country between tribe and all that, it's just about conflict. If they were able to sit down to resolve it, it could not have been that big one, a little issue. Some of the conflicts you hear about it and the causative agents, like the genesis of it, you're like, really?
Is it all about this?
It's all about this.
Yeah.
But it's that the person was not hurt.
Yeah.
So if I'm able to share my feelings and you also understand that where I'm coming from, I can't think like you, then we need to work together to understand ourselves, because conflict, when it's there, it makes you to realize that I'm human. It makes you to realize that how I process information is different from you.
Yours.
So we just need to come together. So conflict itself is not bad, but how we handle it going forward, that can cause the strife.
Pastor, you want to add something?
Yeah, just as she said, I would say that we all don't have the same face. We have different faces, and so the same way, we don't think alike, you know. But what I want to add is to see 2 dimensions of conflict.
All right.
We have what we call the intra-conflict and then inter-conflict. Even we do have conflicts with ourselves, you know, so that is the intra one. Yeah, I can have conflict with myself. I'm trying to reconcile myself on an issue. That's a conflict. And also it can be between myself and my wife, my children, or a group or whatever, you know. So, like you said again, conflict is something that has become part of us. And from our background, there's something we call the conflict of the ages, or what you call the great controversy. So it's not something we run away from. You know, sometimes when you talk about great controversy and conflict of the ages, people see it big and wide, but it's something that happens in our lives every day. Everyday struggles, how to be able to overcome and work on, you know. And then, like she mentioned also, the issue is that there would always be conflicts. But what is important is how to resolve it, how to manage it, how to transform it to our advantage, you know. And sometimes the way we handle it shows our maturity and our understanding in life.
All right. I'll come back to the issue of maturity, but I want now to understand whether or not these conflicts are as a result of the issue itself, or it is just an unmet needs that we are not able to get.
Yeah, so sometimes we can mention that the conflict just is something that happened right now, but then some of the causative root may be very remote. As a matter of fact, sometimes they are issues from our childhood, and we have not been able to resolve them. So it becomes like a scar. And so anytime somebody does something that triggers it, so sometimes what we are seeing as the cause is just the trigger. You know, the issue has been there. So it's not always the time, it's not at all times that the immediate cause is the real cause. Sometimes there are background issues that we have not dealt with them. So for instance, if I grew up in a family that I've not gotten certain things, I've not gotten certain things, and actually I'm not happy with my own life. So when you do something that reminds me of what happened from my childhood, then I begin to disagree or overturn and trying to have power over you, and that can create that rift. That can create that rift. So sometimes the causes are not the immediate thing that happened, but there are causative roots right from, far away from us.
You mentioned inter-conflict and intra-conflict. Yeah. Would you want to throw more light on that?
Well, just as I said, the intra is basically within yourself. So
at what point can I have a conflict within myself? Okay. Me, I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, this is wrong, this is right. I don't know. So
yes,
you can.
Yes. So an example is, should I go to the left or should I go to the right?
Or should I marry this person or I shouldn't marry this person?
All right. Marry this person, Or sometimes you have an issue and you took an action and you later realize that, no, I shouldn't have done that. Sometimes you can't even hit yourself, because you are struggling to come to terms with what you did and what you were supposed to do. So sometimes there's that conflict within, or you want to make a choice.
All right.
Should I not? That kind of thing. So you can even disagree with yourself. And that is a conflict.
Okay.
The inter one is, like I said earlier, between myself and somebody or between groups. And just like Councillor Perfect said earlier, it's because we are watching from different perspectives. We are not seeing the thing from the same scope. So if I say 6 and you are saying it is 9, and we begin to argue over it, begin to debate, and sometimes we raise our voices, then we are conflicted. But then I can move and come and stand in your place.
Yeah.
Then I can say that, okay.
Actually, it is 9.
It is 9. So that is when we are beginning to make the attempt to resolve the conflict.
Issue. Okay.
The issue that we have.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Councillor Perfect, I want to know, if we argue, are we trying to understand the issue or we are trying to win? You see couple arguing, no, you should have done it. Is it the case where we want the issue to be addressed or we want the other party to understand what we are saying, or dolly we must win?
Yeah, with couples and with humans, mostly when we are arguing, we are not arguing to lose. We are competitive people. You see, right from day one, it's us. It's part of self-preservation, right? I don't want to lose. I want to win. It's that instinct that is in us that we always want to be the best, so we strive to. So if you're having an argument with your partner, with your child is doing something and they just want to win. They just want to see that what you did was wrong, mostly. But if you have the truth, and if we're a caring partner, you love your partner, you rather don't argue. You rather don't argue to win, but rather you disagree for you to agree. You don't argue. You arguing is like you are doing debates, you are trying to win, but rather you disagree to agree. Because, okay, this is what you did. This is how I see it from my point of view. Okay, I did it. Why do you do this? Then you explain, I did this A, B, C, D. Then you also, okay, if you did it, then I expected you to do it A, B, C, D. That is, you are now coming to the table with both of your views. So that you can it will be a win-win. Because you see, in marriage, it's not about winning. If your focus is winning, then there's bound to be a loser. And as I said, nobody wants to lose. So it's always going to be like, I'm the down one. But if we are both winning, we are both happy. Wherever somebody is losing, you realize that there's that resentment. So if you are a wife, if you're a husband, and your partner is always the one acting like the loser, you want to be the King Solomon of the house and everything. It gets to a time here, you see, and it's not just the men. Some women too are like that. It's like they know all. So if you have that partner, it gets to a time they get so much of you, and they rebel. Now they don't take anything you say again. They don't even talk again, because if you can't listen to their words, then they give you silence rather.
In that case, if you try to argue and you think you are winning, you can lose your relationship.
Yeah. Most people do that and they lose it. especially you are courting someone, and you see that is the time that they get to study you. And I always say this with the woman: it's good to have opinion. It's good to be assertive, but know that in marriage you should know the place of you being open-minded and assertive.
Assertive, yes.
You don't overdo it, and especially go outside with your husband and you are the assertive one. So you are kind of challenging back and forth. You get a mother-in-law who is that type.
Yes.
That know your place. So you should know, in courtship, you should know your place. And as a man too, although you are the head, you should know that the woman also is having an opinion. She's having the mind to also think. So you should also listen to her, rope her in.
Now, how can we tell the difference between expressing pain and projecting pain onto someone else? Pastor?
So we need to appreciate the fact that when there is a conflict or there is pain, first and foremost, we must take the responsibility. If we don't take the responsibility for whatever is happening, then we begin to blame the other person. And we transfer the annoyance or the pain for the person to suffer it for us. So taking responsibility is what helps to prevent that kind of thing. Again, we must be able to separate the issue at stake from the person involved, you know, because the issue is temporary. However, the person and the relationship you have is quite permanent. And so being able to take the issue out of who the person is helps you to handle the issue rather than projecting the pain on that person. For instance, if a man goes to work, I'm a man, so I understand this one perfectly.
All right, give it to us.
And you've suffered something and you are annoyed, there's a possibility of bringing that annoyance home.
Displacement.
So that whatever your wife does or anybody, sometimes even the children, and especially those who can't beat their bosses, they beat their children instead of their bosses.
Yeah.
So that is the situation. But we must hold ourselves back and say that this issue, firstly, I am responsible.
Okay.
You know, whether it's somebody who did it or not, I am responsible. And once you do that, you can be able to hold yourself so you don't project it on other people. Don't transfer that annoyance, that pain on other people. They don't have to suffer for you. In fact, Christ has suffered for all of us already. So there is no need for anybody to suffer for you. Just take the responsibility and handle it.
Now, Councillor Perfect, I am just wondering, based on what Pastor said, is there any process that can aid us in this conflict resolution that we are talking about?
Yeah, so if there's a conflict between you and your partner or anybody, you should first of all, as Pastor said, dwell on the issue at hand.
Yeah.
Take the emotions out. It's difficult, especially the females, the women. We attach emotion to everything. So take the emotion out. If you take the emotion out, you get to see that even what I'm making, I'm making a storm in a teacup. It's not anything big. It's just something small. So take the emotion out. Just look at it just as it is. Address it just as it is. Not what you have heard, not what the telenovelas you heard and somebody did that, your friend said this, so you are equating and calculating things. No. So if you take the issue just as it is, you go to your partner with that. And when you are going, since you have taken the emotions out, you are going to address it like I. So you use the I. I don't like it because if you start using you have been doing this and I've been complaining.
You are passing the pain on.
Yeah. You are passing the pain on. And one thing is, we all don't want to be blamed. It's from Adam. We shift poles.
Yeah, that's true.
That is human. That is why even if you catch a little child doing something, then they'll have a thing in their back.
It's not me.
But the top is in their mouth.
Already in the mouth. Sometimes it's actually holding it.
Yes, it's human. So if you do it, then it means you're accusing me. And if you're accusing me, the defense mechanism comes to play. So I'll block everything. But if I'm using I'm talking from how I feel. So when you come home late at night and you expect me to wake up to warm your food and all that, I don't like it. It affects how I sleep. You don't care about me, so you wait and stay in the house, and when I come do everything, then you come late and you expect me to. Then the person start giving you excuses and reasons why. You understand? So use the I. And as you use the I, you are devoid of emotions, get to be realistic. Use the I, not you. And if you are doing that, what you also need to know is in resolving conflict, you need to rope in God. Because you see, sometimes people do things, it's not them. You meet some people, as Dr. Pastor said, it's just childhood thing. It's deep in them. So they can't just
They have some wounds.
Yes, some wounds. You see somebody who is busy cheating, somebody who is, it's a psychological thing, it's a spiritual thing. So you just always talking about it and all that. The person will say that you nag too much. You bicker too much. Bickering is becoming too much, and you are pushing the person away from you. So the best is sometimes go to God in prayer. And it's best you don't escalate the issue. You go discussing with the mother-in-law, the friends and all that, because if you talk about me to others, it means you don't want solutions. So if it's about us, let's sit down and talk about us. If you want solutions, talk to me rather. Don't go talking about our issue. Unless you have talked to me and I'm not in a position to help, then we rope in the third person, which is maybe your church pastor who is a counselor, or your counselor, or somebody you trust that will be in that position to help you to resolve it, if the two of you can't.
Pastor, you want to add something?
Yeah, I think she has said it all, and we must follow the process. You know, Jesus Christ gave us a process.
Okay.
In Matthew chapter 18, that first and foremost, meet with the person and try it. If not, then you can bring in people to the extent that something gets to a higher level. And we are advised to consider the person as an unbeliever. Now, when it gets to that, what it means is that you are not coming to work on the person. The same way you work on an unbeliever. People think that that means that reject the person, let the person go.
Okay.
But we don't do unbelievers that way.
Yes.
When you see somebody who's an unbeliever, we try to work on the person. You visit the person, you talk to the person more, because you want the person to come to Christ. So that's how you are going to treat this person. In essence, when the person is walking away, in the attempt to resolve the conflict, when the person is trying to run away and it's becoming difficult, you put in more effort, you know, to be able to win the person. Now, it's not just the trying to chase the person. Sometimes you have to sit back, you retreat, rethink, and know exactly what to do.
Okay.
Because sometimes some of the things we say in attempt to resolve the conflict, they serve as flames.
Okay.
They make the thing bad, you know, or worse, as you say. You know, so you need to sometimes retreat, come back, and go forward in a better way. Or you can even seek counsel from people to help you. But like she said, let's always not put away prayer, seeking the face of God in the attempt to resolve these things.
Okay, so Counselor Perfect said something, but I'm trying to see how we can give a practical solution on, for example, how we can attack a problem, not attacking the person.
Yes, like we said earlier, you see,
because Pastor, that is the problem.
That's the problem.
It's a huge problem.
That is it.
We do not know how to attack the problem, but we'll be attacking the person.
That's
so
it.
the person feels that you don't like me.
Yes.
That is why you are saying the way you are behaving this way.
That's
but
it.
actually, it is the problem we should attack. How do we go about this?
So talk about the issue, not the person. So for instance, the person has broken a cup and you are not happy about it. Don't go to things the person did in the past, as if you are narrating the person's whole story.
Chronologically.
Yeah, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that, you know. But this is what has happened.
Okay.
And let's solve that one. So the way to handle that is that you don't reference older issues.
Okay.
And you don't transfer those older issues to the present. Deal with what you have, and let the person be sure that there is gap between his person, her person, and then the issue at stake. When you do that one, then the person would even be willing to also come in and share whatever he or she has to say so that he can solve the issue. But sometimes we even robe in our families. We even talk about our parents, and your parents were like this. And, what for? Those things are not important. What is important is the issue as they just deal with that one, and then you
the danger is that after that it becomes so difficult for you to go back and apologize. After saying so many things which you have ignited. I mean, the flame is already now over 100 degrees Celsius. How are you going to quench it? It becomes a problem. My lovely viewer, we are discussing conflict resolution without hurting. We want to know how we can tackle issues when there are problems without attacking the person with loving words, but making sure that the problem is solved. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we continue the discussion. But remember to join us on Facebook and also send your contributions to 0559 680066. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Our borders, they protect our streets, and aside God, they save our lives. They fight unseen battles that, one way or the other, protect you and I. But how well do you and I know the heroes behind the uniform? Hope Channel Ghana brings you the Show, an eye-opening that takes you behind the Ghana Security Services. Join us every Sunday at 5 p.m. right here on Hope Channel Ghana as we unfold untold stories, their roles, their real mission, the real impact they have on our nation. The show, securing Ghana and the world at large. One story, one time.
For your my aquaba at the bar a fisem.
Cohabitate, Ekodo, Ewa, Yen, we are submitted to Ghana Hano, or your how another bottle yendo. In fact, some warrior normally who them re Nimpano bosom, but who worry, Ninyakopo Yawadum, you be a Yamisunu, no Subana, and who there, Afidia Brabono, Robon. Until they were buying what they finally know, and ya worry.
Efisem eye dwumedi e beba wakwan so na wotwe bia eye dwumedi a yahyehyɛ yato ebo ase yahyehyɛ a ekasa efa ekwan a yefa so a yekwa aware mu ene ye ne yakwa aware mu niam a yebetumi aye ewo yaware mu a ede anigye ebebrɛn obemfo bi aka sɛ aware ye ne yebetumi esiesie aye yi aware kro no wan so ebetumi asɛ yen enti sɛ yekwa aware mu a ne aye ahwe yi eno nti ena me Steven Damte mene osopani amoasan oye obemfo ewo aware animu afutusem mu yeto nsafre o se hwe yen yeto nsafre wunuanom se onu nyina nso meboa ye nyina ye nsua de a ebetumi aboa yen ne nya anigye ewo aware mu na wotwe bia yeto nsafre o se bra ye nsua de na se yen yi.
Efisem showing this and every Sunday at 6 p.m. only on Hope Channel Ghana.
You are welcome back. If you just joined us, you are not too late. We are discussing on love at home and we are looking at conflict resolutions without hurting. We've said a lot that it is important to detach the issue from the personality. It is also important not to reference the problem from past issues if you really want to solve the problem. We are still discussing the conversation on our topic today. Join us on 0559 680066 and also share the link through Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much. Now, Councillor, no, let me start with you, Pastor. Yeah. We have some reactions that we normally go through when there is conflict.
Okay.
And most of these reactions are as a result of our past wounds.
Yeah.
How can we present the issue without hurting or touching our past wounds?
Okay. I always say this. There are two ways of handling the past.
Okay.
either you are a product of the past or a prisoner of it.
Hi.
If you are a product
expatiate.
Yes, expatiate. This is not concomitant. Okay, so if you are a product of the past, what it means is that you've learned some lessons.
Okay.
So you have buried the past, but those lessons are with you.
All right.
But if you are a prisoner of the past, what it means is that you are still living in the past, and you are carrying the past with you, not the lessons, but you are carrying the past with you.
Okay.
In that case, the listing, the past comes back to you, and you revise, and you want to play it out, either because the person did something, or maybe something has been done to you. Okay, so that's the difference. Our ability to learn from whatever happened in the past and bury the past, but have the lessons, that will help us to be able to deal with conflict in the present situation. Then again, we can see it this way. I always say that you have to expect the best, but plan for the worst. You need to have a space of, I call it inconvenience, a place of inconvenience, so that when anything like that comes up, you have already prepared your mind. And up to this point, we should understand that, we said that again and again, that conflicts are part of us. They would come.
The everyday life.
Everyday life. So let's not dwell much on the past. Whatever has happened to us, we've learned from the past, and then we are using it for the present. There's an account proverb. Okay. So you always have to walk away. You have to move away from the whatever situation. So
you're doing well, eh?
Yeah,
I clap for you.
That is the past.
Yes.
So you have to always walk away from it.
Yeah.
And that is how you can see well and deal with present issues. Let's not live in the past. Let's live in the present.
Councillor Perfect, how or why is it that old scars often speak louder than current words? Why?
You see, that is your reference point.
That's it.
Okay.
And as humans, that is the experience you have. So being it bad experience or good experience, that's how you see the world. So if you don't heal from your past wounds, you are going to bleed on people who never hurt you.
That's it.
Very true.
You understand? So that is what you know. If now you have not been to US before, you have not been to China before, it's Ghana, it's your village. So when we are sharing experience, it's what I've witnessed. That is what I'm going to say. But if I have the chance to travel outside, then you can also see that, oh, there's this, there's that. So now if something happens, I'm dwelling from what I've known, my past experience. So you see, as human, it's part of us that when somebody do something, you go deep into your archives and pull it out. And you see, our mind is so powerful that it stores those things well than even the good times.
More than the computers.
Yes. So when it happens, it brings it out and okay, this is it. So that you have to do this, you have to do that. But it's up to you to always try to restructure your mind that the bad things, as Doc said, let it go. Let me take the lessons, because the more I dwell on it, I'm hurting myself more and I'm hurting others too. So it's human that you do that, but it's up to you. See, as part of you growing up, as maturity, you must learn to let certain go. And I always say things that happened to you in the past, how your parent treated you, how your caregiver treated you. There's nothing you can do about it.
It's gone.
It's gone. If you always want to constantly brood over it and they did this to me, you are just hurting yourself. Why don't you let that go and focus on what you can do for yourself now? Heal from the old wounds so they don't bleed on people. You see, some people, because of the past, they have lost a lot of meaningful relationships.
Yeah.
Even job opportunities.
Very true.
Some people, how they talk, they think everybody is against them. So they are a bit antisocial. They will not even mingle for them to get even a prospective partner. They just come early and run off because they think everybody's against them. It's high time you just take that mind out, because it's not helping you. Don't dwell on that negative past. Embrace the positive future and move on.
Wow, embrace the positive
future
and move on. That is good. That is powerful. Thank you. I am trying to look at how silence sometimes can be more harsh than the words we give out.
So we see,
you know, some people are good at that.
Yeah.
We call it silent treatment, and it's so deadly.
Yeah.
How? Why?
You can also call it a cold war.
Cold war. Yeah,
it's a cold war.
Yeah.
You know, we say silence is golden, and silence is also eloquent. Silence can be eloquent. Sometimes you don't want to talk, but not talking means you are harboring. And the human person is such a way that you can't harbor forever. There'll be a point of explosion. And when that point of explosion comes, it's deadly, you know. And the Bible also tells us that there is time for everything under the sun. Indeed, there is time to be silent and there is time to speak. When it is time to speak and you are silent, you are hurting the situation. When there is time to be silent and you are speaking, you are equally hurting the situation. So it's a matter of finding
the right
balance to decipher and discern when to speak and when not to speak. But people can hardly know our motives. Sometimes we try to judge motives, but people can hardly know our motives. So it's better to speak out and let the person know what is hurting you, what is harming you, so that you can find a redress, you know. But being silent and you are making you are dying. Okay? You are dying. So it's good to speak out and let your partner know the issues so that you can address them.
Councillor Perfect, becoming silent can be some sort of emotional punishment. I want you to give me a typical example how silence can be an emotional punishment.
Yeah, it can, you see, and it depends on the type of partner that you have. If you have a partner who is very sociable, who likes to talk, who likes to attention, and you withdraw that attention, you are punishing them.
Okay.
You are punishing them.
Right.
And some people, it becomes so severe that they keep on coming asking you, what's wrong with you? Can we talk? And you are saying, I'm okay. So some people, they just can't sit. That is where they start calling your mother-in-law and calling people, talk to your son and all that. He's not talking to me. He's not even eating my food. It becomes punishment if your partner is that type who wants the validation. You see, it's also manipulation tactics from some people.
Yeah, it's manipulation.
Yeah, so they will just give you a lot of attention. And when you do something, they will withdraw everything. They will not call. They go, that code was silent on you. Then you start asking yourself, have I wronged him? What did I, you understand? And you go and ask, the person is not saying anything. So you rather, who is right? They may be wrong. You rather go to apologize for peace sake.
Yes. And what will be the repercussion of this?
Yeah, you see, the more you do that to somebody who wants your attention
gradually over time,
yes, they lose themselves.
Yes,
you see, that's why it's a dark psychology. People use it. They lose themselves. So they become puppets. You are rather controlling them. But you see, as God created us, God gave us choices. He, even the creator, gave us choices. So it's not right to do that to a fellow. And sometimes you see, they even question themselves. Their reality becomes blurred. Yeah. Because it's you who is feeding them the reality. If you have such a partner, and mostly it's the narcissists and those psychopaths, they are good at that. So if you have the quiet people, they have mastered it for a long time. So they can manipulate you with that. And it's not the best. And you see, as in marriage, communication is the bloodline. So if you are not talking to me, that means you are killing it. Yeah. We need to talk. We need to at least exchange words, and it's not the best.
Dog, silence can be peaceful. At other times, it can be a weapon. Just as Councillor Perfect said.
Yeah.
At what point does it become a peaceful instrument?
So in a situation where there is a kind of aggravation, the situation is so the agitation is so high, it's good to keep quiet and walk away or sit for a while. So you can even process the whole thing and then speak. Then there can also be a situation where there is the need. It's important to talk, and then you kind of ignore the person. That ignoring is so hurting. But there is something we need to understand, that there are people who live from within. The introverted people, you know, they live from within. So sometimes, and they such people also hate to hurt with words. So sometimes the person is processing, trying to process what to say, so it doesn't add more sort to injury. You know, so we also need to be careful the demands we place on the people. Now, there's something about this is a major difference between men and women. When a woman has an issue, she wants attention. When men have issues, they don't want attention. So when, especially if you're dealing with a man and he's annoyed or something is bothering him and he's not talking, that is the best thing for you. Allow him
to process.
If he can't handle it, he'll come back to you. That's why the men talk to their pillows when they have challenges. They'll come back to you and find a way to bring your ideas, you know. So these are some of the things that we need to pay attention to. Like I said, when a woman has an issue, she'll do everything in her world to at least ask her something, you know, to say something. So if she comes away and now she wants you to talk, you better speak. Because if you don't speak, you're hurting her. And like men, unlike men, who sometimes would just want to keep their space, and then when they are okay, then now they can come out and speak.
This is wonderful. Councillor Fairfax, please add on for me.
Yeah, he has said all. You see, it's true. So the vice is telling it just the same. If a lady stop complaining, then there's an issue. If a man start complaining, there's an issue. We ladies, we talk to reason, right? As we are talking, we are picking up reasoning more and all issues. That. Yes. So if she stop complaining, nagging and all that about what you are doing, if there's conflict and now she doesn't, she goes silent on you, know that she's giving up. She's giving up, or she has already given up. She's just existing in the marriage because of the children, because of society. She'll be disfellowship, so she's in. Just for the body, her soul is gone. It's gone. But if a man start complaining, because men hardly talk, they hardly complain about certain things. But if a man start pinpointing a lot of things, like every day, realize that he wakes up and the complainings become too much. You should start doing a check on yourself.
That's it.
That my man is about to go. So you must raise structure, sit him down. And you see, communication is key when it comes to conflict resolution.
Open communication.
Yes, ask him what is going on. And that particular thing he's been complaining about, try to work on it. Because mostly, that is what he's having the issues with. So you see that he'll be saying this, you are lazy, you don't take of this. It's all what you are doing. Just get to ask him.
What specifically is the problem?
Is the problem, and deal with it. Because I always say in marriage, there's no, it's only the marriage that the one couple has decided, both of them have decided that we are not going to work on this. That is the only marriage that can head to separation and divorce. But even if one person decides that
ready to work on it,
we can't work on that marriage.
Dog, let's look at the issue of pride. I don't even know how to put the question. How can you prolong conflict?
Pride is actually a killer. It comes before a fall.
Yeah.
And let me be a bit philosophical here.
Please do. I know you are, so you go ahead.
If you take the word pride itself, there is a word between. I mean the middle letter.
I.
I. So whenever you are trying to resolve conflict and I is in the way, you can hardly handle it.
Okay.
In dealing with conflict, because you need collaboration, you need mediation, it would always come to the point of we. see, that we can solve it. So once you take a position, pride, ego, it's very difficult to handle it. And let's also say that there are some conflicts that can never be resolved.
Yeah.
You have to live with it.
Like,
And that
example?
Yes, I'll give you an example. That's what we call a conflict management.
Yeah.
That's conflict management. You know, and an example is you are always annoyed when he comes back from work and takes off the shoe, and there's a shoe rag. There's a shoe rag, but he drops it anywhere. It boils you to the beyond 100 degrees, and you have been speaking and struggling with it. At a point, you have to learn how to live with it. That is conflict management. You disagree with the person that how is it that there is a place to keep the thing and you put it here, like a child. You know. By the way, men never grow old. We are always children. You know. So in that case, you have to manage it. And there are several other situations.
Okay.
You know, but we don't have the time to give all the. But we can see in our homes that there are things that will never go. Okay, so you manage it. In that case, it takes humility. A proud person, a person with ego, cannot manage to be with such a situation. So the person would just use the temporary situation to walk away from something that is permanent. It is the relationship that is. It's not that one thing. You know. Can you also think about the many other good things about the person?
The person, yeah.
When you think about that, this one becomes a minor
Trivial.
issue, a trivial thing to deal with.
Pastor Perfect, please add on. I want examples.
He said that for the men. For the men.
Okay.
So for the ladies, mostly for ladies, when it comes to home, we are more of maybe going out. She's always late. Right, you have to sit in the car.
They make up for 8 hours.
Even sometimes the dress, you have ironed that dress for her, but she wear it and just turn and turn and turn.
Say, no, I don't want this
I'm not
again.
feeling this color again. Then she's going to just pick
another one to iron. When you are already late.
And she even call you that, please come and help me iron.
With my zip.
You help me with my zip. You do this, and you realize that you are late.
Yes.
You understand? She was in the washroom and you asked her, 5 minutes, I'll be out. That's 30 minutes. She's still not out.
So get used to it.
And you are just there like...
You finish dressing, sitting down waiting for her, and you can't understand what is happening.
Yes. And Family Week has taught you that don't sit in the car and doing pam, 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 pam. So now you are in the living room. All what you can do is to recite Psalm 23. The Lord is your shepherd. As you wait for her.
I shall not want. But this one, you really want something.
Because she won't change. Mostly, even as we grow, it becomes more worse.
Yeah.
Because the challenges and all that. So as you manage it, as doctor said, you manage it. You learn that this is what God has given you, and it's coming with a parcel. The gift that God gave.
Yes.
So you just handle it. Yes.
So that becomes conflict management.
Yeah.
So manage the conflict.
You manage it. Thank you very much. But the other side too is true. There are situations where the women will finish and waiting for the men. Oh.
Really?
Oh, you don't know.
Dog, intense you.
You wait for me.
This is confession. This is confession.
Yes, you wait for me.
That's nice.
You have to match the colors and all that.
I know you matching and combining colors. I know. I know. Yeah, this is interesting. But I am looking at how you are trying to help us identify how we can see pride. But I want us to get more examples, how we can recognize it, that I have this and I need to stop. You shared some, but what other example, Counselor, Perfect, that it can help us? We need to be able to recognize it, then we make our minds to it that we are stopping it.
The pride is you saying that this is who I am.
Maybe I mean Sasanda.
Yes, take me just as I am. And I always say this, it's only Jesus who take you just as you are and transform you. And even when he takes you just as you are, he doesn't just leave you just like that. He transforms you. So you don't expect a human just like me to take you just as you are. you must work on yourself.
Okay.
So if there's issue, your partner is complaining, your husband has been complaining, your wife has been complaining, it's not like me, there's no. Even some people who go for even my mother was like that, my father was like that, my grandma was like, even my sister. No. Saying what happened? What was the result? So sometimes you saying that is prideful. You are using the I for me, dear. I can't change. So do away with that. Try to see things from your partner's perspective. Try to give that care to your partner. If it was you, let's do that. And one thing is, you see, with pride, it's difficult for you to resolve because you think you are the best.
And you're always right.
You are always right.
Yeah.
You don't see others. You only see yourself. That is selfish. But if you take that away, realize that with marriage, there's nothing like the I. It's a we thing. Because the two are going to be one. So we need to share ideologies, and sometimes because of peace, you need to let go of certain things. Yes, you have the degree, you have the everything. Your wife is not learned, your husband is not that rich, you have the money and everything. But still, because you want peace. And you see, one thing is, as you are doing this, you are also teaching your children how to resolve conflicts. So when they go out, they know that this is what we have experienced at home. So they are going to resolve it well. But if you don't, it's going to affect their other relationship, and it affects their marriage too.
Now, let's take this same issue to the workplace.
Okay.
How serious can this be if you have somebody who is I, me? To what extent can this destroy the organization?
So in the organization, just like home, you must learn how to build teams and never feel that you are irreplaceable.
That's the word.
Yeah, some people feel that if I'm not there, nothing can be done. That's not true. If you like, let's bury you today. The organization will still go on.
That is true.
You know, so you must know that you need others, and like we can bring it to the home situation also. You need your wife just as you also need your husband. Never feel that you are complete without that person. If you feel that way, then you feel, you know, within yourself that I am vulnerable. And if I'm vulnerable, then I have to collaborate rather than compete, stand on my own. Like I think she mentioned that earlier, the idea of competition. I think that in the workplace, in our homes, we must rather think of cooperation rather than competition. You know, it's not when I win and you have not won, what have I gained? You know, in the case of workplace, in the case of home, when we win, it is the organization that has won. When we win at home, it's the home that has won. And I think that should be the most important thing to us than stand in the place of rivalry and competing and trying to be the best and whatever. I think it hurts the organization and hurts the home. Don't forget that if the organization goes down, you go down. You know, so rather cooperate, and then work together, build teams, be a team player, and never think that you can do it on your own and there is nobody like you and all that. If it is the case, then you see a lot of conflicts arising. We must be able to cooperate and work together.
Because love says, let's build. It is only pride that says, I won't bend. So if you have that. Now, Counselor Perfect, I'm coming back to children. If I have a child, how would I be able to identify this nature, pride, in the quest where we know that children are like, media is for me, it's for me. Amidst all this, should I be looking at some key or particular things in a child so that he doesn't grow with it?
Yeah, with the I, this, me and all that, for their developmental stages, when they are 3 years, 3 to 5, 3 to 6 developmental stages, Erik Erikson's theory, you realize that it's there. It's they identifying themselves. So that one, it's normal. But when they get physiated, if they are not able to pass that threshold and they carry it through life, your child is 10, your child is 12, and still they don't want to share. Everything is just for them. When you dish out food, They just want to look at the big meat
one
and
is
everything,
big and fat
and pick. Whenever you give food to a sibling, then they'll come. No, you gave better than this. Mine is small. They always want to that compete. They want the best for themselves. Then that is where you have to start putting rules there, letting them know that no, the world is not about you. If it's only about you, you can't survive it. It's all of us. It's a blend of all of us. So you need to identify. And sometimes too, you realize that Christmas time, they are worn clothes and all that. You want to give it out. Mostly you bring the Ghana Must Go and you ask them, all of them should go and bring their old clothes and nice ones that we want to go and give it out. We have identified people who want to give. And this particular child doesn't mostly. It's just the torn ones and the ones. But you see that there's something going on. The person is hoarding. You must try to let them, the more you share, the more you open up your hands, the more you receive.
Yes.
So you need to identify the small things, even the things that they say. If they always want to push themselves forward, they always want to
projecting themselves.
Yeah. You realize that no, it's not good that they always shield, like they are always in the background. You should help them to also come forward. But you see that one particular child always, and especially in school, you realize that they always want to do everything, every position, they want to be there. Every position they want to be there, and sometimes you identify, no, it's okay.
You've done some, let somebody also.
Then they give you attitude and all that. You don't like me. So why are you the only person in the class? I've demoted you. So go and sit somewhere. Let somebody. So you
also
pick
try.
Yes, the person, and you realize that when they come, they perform so well that you are all over. You are not doing anything. So as a parent, you need to also identify that in your child.
Councillor Pefe, please advise us your final conclusion, your final advice.
Conflict is part of life. It even started from heaven, but God was able to resolve it. We humans were not able to resolve ours, and here we are now. So in your homes, there'll be conflict, but how you resolve it is key. And Christ has given us the right model. We should learn from him, because you should understand that you are not perfect. Your partner too is not perfect. We are all learning. We are all compromising. We are all trying to be the best version of ourselves. So give care to your partner. Whatever they are saying, don't look at from your past experiences, from your wounds. No. And for my dear women, the record that we have in our mind, please, let's delete them. And the tallies. Yes, let's delete them and start afresh. Let's give the men their flowers. Sometimes they deserve it. You see, men mostly are not that forthcoming with what we have been doing to them. So we think they are okay. Sometimes they are not okay.
Dog.
she has said it all, but let me just say that, like I said earlier, we must always expect the best, but also prepare or plan for the worst. Conflicts are with us. We can resolve some of them. We have to manage some of them, and even transform some conflicts to our advantage. What is destructive, you turn it to be constructive. So you learn from it and you move on. If we are thinking we will never be able to resolve any conflict, we must think we must collaborate, we must cooperate, and then find a way always around it so we can move forward. If you do these things, we'll have great homes, great offices, and our lives will be better. Don't bear grudges. When you bear grudge, you will burn. Whilst the person is walking about, you will be feeling this thing. Anytime
depression,
you see the person,
here and there.
Let it go. Your BP crack and rise. Go. Let it go and be free and live your life.
It has been another wonderful discussion where we looked at conflict resolution without hurting. I guess you've heard it all. It is important to note that as we strive to have a healthy conversations, we need to go through this in terms of maturity, in terms of humility, in terms of emotional intelligence, and we need to make sure that we are winning together.
That's it.
Nobody is taking a trophy for saying I won. It is a family, It is an organization, and we must come together and win together. And once we are able to do this, we carry our family and meet Christ and say, Christ, this is the job you gave me, and I'm presenting it to you. Until same time next week when you come into our homes again with another interesting topic. This is Afia Sewa on Love at Home, and thank you so much for watching us. Continue with the discussion, and we'll be reading them and be sharing them again. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.